Sandwich and Art is a website and blog dedicated to sandwiches and art, and some strange connection between the two. I hope you enjoy. A 6-foot hero, St. Francis, in the ecstasy of excess. There is something wonderfully strange about a 6-foot sandwich. It is not just lunch. It's a spectacle. This particular hero from Frank's Philadelphia and Costa Mesa arrives as kind of an edible monument stretched across a long white board pinned with toothpicks and photographed from a low angle so that it seems to recede into space like a landscape. The sandwich becomes more than food. It becomes a social object, a party sculpture, a comic relic of abundance. Historically, the 6-foot sandwich seems to grow out of mid-century Italian-American deli culture, especially the New York hero tradition, where the oversized sandwich became a centerpiece. At 6 feet long, it reaches human scale. It must be carried, displayed, sliced, and shared. It is excessive, theatrical, and communal. In other words, it already behaves like art. Castiglione builds the scene with a rich physicality. Short diagonal brushstrokes create the saint's clothing, while thick impasto gives the skull and open book a tactile presence. These objects symbolize mortality and the vanities of the world, but they are also deeply material things. They have weight, surface, and texture. This is where the sandwich enters the painting. In the photograph, the 6-foot hero begins to resemble the rocky ledge, fallen log, or horizontal mass within the Baroque composition. The bread becomes a landscape form, rough, pale, and substantial, like stone, bark, or a sunlit ridge. The meats, cheese, and lettuce create layers almost like exposed strata. The toothpicks rise from the bread like tiny markers across a ridge, faintly echoing the devotional landscape of Golgotha, without turning the sandwich into a literal religious symbol. The connection is playful but useful. Both images rely on vertical signs set against horizontal mass, turning surface, scale, and placement into drama. Castiglione's St. Francis is caught in spiritual ecstasy, turning away from earthly vanities towards divine contemplation. The sandwich offers a different kind of ecstasy, not religious transcendence, but appetite, excess, community, and pleasure. If the skull says, "Life is brief," the sandwich replies, "Then gather around the table." One image stages devotion through reunification, the other stages devotion through sharing. Both understand the power of the object. So perhaps the 6-foot hero from Frank's Philadelphia is not so far from Baroque painting after all. Both are built from layers, both use scale to create drama, both transform ordinary material into something heightened, and both remind us that material world is never just material. It is where mortality, desire, devotion, humor, and meaning all pile up together, sometimes with impasto and sometimes with provolone.